Hello and welcome to another Bible study. A question came up: will we know each other when we are in heaven? And so it's a very good question. A lot of people do ask this question, and I've heard a lot of debates on this. Will we know each other when we go to heaven? Many years ago, I did ask that question myself, and I pondered upon it and asked God, will we know? Will we not know? And the scenario is this: that if I get a divorce and marry another woman, will both my wife be in heaven with me? And that's the scenario. The thing is this: Jesus first said that there's neither marriage in heaven. There's neither male or female in heaven, but there are angels. So there's no marriage in heaven. And the other thing is this, right? I believe we will know each other. It's my opinion, I understand. I believe we will know each other, who we are or where we're coming from. Because the Apostle Paul said, at the moment we see darkly, but then everything will be clear. So God will reveal everything to us. Imagine a scenario where we don't know anything and we make it to heaven and we're there in heaven with God Almighty and the angels and worshiping God, etc. We are going to be asking questions because that's what mankind does. He looks for things, he understands things, he wants to know everything. We'll be asking questions: where do I come from, God? God is not going to lie to us and say, oh, you just come out of thin air, or I'll put you out of so-and-so, or hide some knowledge from us. Where do I come from? How did I get here? What's happening? I know where the angels come from. You created them. Did you just create us? Where do I come from? And that question we'll be asking. So God has to tell us you come from the earth. And secondly, on Judgment Day, it says that we will judge with Christ. We will not do the burning, but we will judge with Christ. So if we're going to judge with Christ, then we will remember all these things. And so we will know where we are coming from. We will be afraid to sin in heaven because we were thinking, I don't want to sin because I know there's a hellfire that exists in. And I don't want to do that sin. So we will know everything we've been through, who we come through. Now, people will say, well, if I get to heaven and my mom and dad are not there, or my wife and my children are not there, I'm going to be very sad. God says that everybody, He will wipe the tears. We will not be sad. We will be quite happy. We will not be happy that our families are burning, but we will be happy. And it's a leap of faith, I'm going to tell you now. I believe that when we are translated, we are changed from this human body to an angelic body, our spirit will change, our understanding will change. And we will not think like a human, we will think like God. And the way we will think is that if you are a sinner and you've sinned against God, you have to take God's judgment. You have to burn or be kicked out of heaven and things like that. So you will think like a God. So you won't have that feeling to say, oh, my parents and my family are burning and I'm in heaven. How can I live? How can I get them out? Nothing like that. You will be an angelic being. You'll have a different heart, a different understanding of things, and you'll feel differently. You won't feel that way. We will not feel those emotions towards those people we used to know. Yes, we will know who we are. If our wives get to heaven, our children, we will know who they were on the earth. We know how we interacted and everything else. And we can live with that because we have the understanding of where we're coming from. Heaven is a totally new plane. It's a different way of living, different aspect of everything else, different feeling, different thought, etc. And we will all agree with God because God is a judge. And the day God says it has to happen. So we will be in agreement with God. If God says, I will judge these people and I will cast them into hellfire, who are we to say, well, I'm sorry, I don't agree with you? Then we will join them as well if we don't agree with God. So we will be saying, well, God, you're the judge. Who can say anything? You are God. You created all things. And who can question God and who can answer God for that matter? So yes, unfortunately, we will know everything, but unfortunately, if we do lose our loved ones, I don't feel that we will have that kind of feeling where we will be in sorrow in heaven concerning them. It might not be the answer you're looking for, but it's the answer I have got. Glory be to God, amen.